train rolled into Enfield slow, metal wheels clattering over iron like distant gunfire. Jessie stepped off the platform and into the thick southern heat. It wrapped around him like an old grudge, heavy, wet, and unforgiving. The town hadn't changed. Same peeling paint, same cracked sidewalks, same eyes watching him from porches and behind lace curtains. But Jessie had changed. Left whole, came back half-made, like the war had carved parts off and never gave them back. His boots hit the dust with a familiar crunch. A duffel hung from one shoulder, the fabric stained from sea spray, train soot, and whatever was left of Europe. No uniform now. Just plain clothes that hung loose over a frame built harder by battle. He walked, past the Baptist church with its leaning steeple, past Mosley's general store, where boys used to spit tobacco into a cracked tin bucket out front, past the barber shop, the train depot, the schoolhouse, toward home. The house stood like it had been holding its breath since the day he left. Paint faded, roof patched in places. The porch sagged a little more than it used to. The screen door hung crooked on one hinge. Jessie climbed the steps slow. His hand found the rusted knob. "Mama," he called. No answer. Then a sound, low, muffled, wrong, like a struggle behind closed walls. He moved. Down the narrow hall, the floor creaking beneath him like it remembered the weight of his childhood. He kicked open the bedroom door. Mosley was there, his mother pressed against the wall, her eyes wide and wild, a bruise blooming along her jaw. Mosley's hand still clenched around her wrist. He turned as Jessie stepped in, big, sloppy, reeking of whiskey and sweat and something rotten that lived behind the eyes. Jessie didn't say a word. He crossed the room and slammed into him like a freight train, fists flying, rage unleashed. No thought, just years of fury pouring out. Mosley fought back, caught Jessie with an elbow to the cheek. It rang his head but didn't stop him. It just made the world clearer. They crashed into the dresser. Glass shattered. The lamp fell. Jessie saw the drawer, the one his father used to keep locked. He yanked it open. The knife was still there, wrapped in cloth, familiar weight in his palm. Mosley reached for his coat, maybe a weapon, maybe another excuse. Jessie didn't wait. He drove the blade in hard. Once, twice, a gasp, a grunt. The fight left Mosley all at once. He crumpled to the floor like someone had pulled the bones from him. Jessie stood over him, breathing hard, the knife slick in his hand. His mother was crying now, but quiet, shocked, silent. Jessie dropped the blade and knelt beside her. She didn't flinch, didn't speak. He wrapped his arms around her and they just sat there, the two of them pressed together on the floor, like the world had ended and they were the only ones left. The room was still, but the silence wasn't peace. Jessie walked out into the dusk, boots dragging through the dry red clay, blood cooling on his hands. The sky stretched out in a dirty bruise of color, purple, orange, and fire. Tobacco leaves rustled behind him. The fields had seen worse, maybe they understood. He lit a cigarette with trembling fingers and watched the smoke curl up into the air like something leaving his body. There'd been a war over there, and one waiting for him back home. Normandy, Bastogne, Aachen, places where names became graves, where boys turned to meat and men turned to ghosts. But the worst sounds weren't from war. They were from Mama, crying behind closed doors, from the silence that came after. He dragged deep on the cigarette. Mosley thought he brought back medals, but what Jessie brought back was darker, older, justice, delivered cold. He had a plan. Mama would be safe. He'd made sure of it. But the road ahead, that was smoke and fire, and he was walking straight through it.